Following the release of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 in July 2024, talk of a new smartphone, the Z Fold Slim, has increased. According to recent sources, Samsung may release this interesting foldable under the name Z Fold Special Edition, which will have a sleek design and bigger displays. Until date, the information has been based mostly on hearsay and leaks, with no definitive verification of the device's existence. This development, via of Android headlines, provides the first look at the much-anticipated foldable phone and verifies a few important design elements. While Samsung has not yet officially introduced the gadget, the leak provides a clear image of what this new model will bring to market. However, things are beginning to change. At first impression, it resembles the Z Fold 6, but a closer look shows a much thinner profile. The gadget is said to be 10.6mm thick when folded, much smaller than the 12.1mm Galaxy Z Fold 6. While this is a remarkable achievement, it falls short of the 10.5mm Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the 9.2mm Honor Magic V3. The main design is similar to Samsung's flagship foldable, but with the tweaks required to compete with other popular foldable smartphones. The picture suggests that the unique foldable may have a brushed metal back. However, it looks that the rear glass has a metal-like texture instead. While the leaked picture makes it difficult to confirm, the Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition may feature a more prominent camera bump, which is probable considering its thinner form. Furthermore, the foldable is believed to include the power and volume buttons on the side, similar to the regular Fold 6, with the power button perhaps projecting to optimize inside space. The photograph also shows the cover display of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition, which has a centrally positioned hole punch camera. Along with its predicted appearance, early reports suggest that the smartphone may include a bigger 8-inch internal display. Furthermore, the cover display is expected to be slightly increased to 6.5 inches. According to reports, the Special Edition might be one of the slimmest foldables with a side opening mechanism, measuring just 4.9mm open and 10.6mm folded. These features might make it substantially slimmer and more pleasant to use than the regular Galaxy Z Fold 6, which measures 5.6mm when unfolded and 12.1mm when closed. However, Samsung may not offer this phone internationally. According to current reports, the Z Fold 6 Special Edition will be available only in South Korea and China. However, this has yet to be verified. But before we get into the details of the leak, let's go over some of the speculations that surrounded this gadget prior to the disclosure. In the months after the Z Fold 6's release, leaks and speculations circulated regarding an even smaller form of the gadget. Initially named the Z Fold 6 Slim, this new folding device was supposed to be the company's smallest foldable phone ever. The name was finally agreed on as the Z Fold Special Edition, and the tech world has been buzzing with conjecture ever since. One of the most fascinating leaks was that the new Z Fold Special Edition will include a 200-megapixel primary camera, a major improvement above the Z Fold 6's 50-megapixel main camera arrangement. This claim has caused enthusiasm among enthusiasts, who have long hoped for a significant camera improvement in the foldable series. With competition heating up in the foldable area, a 200-megapixel sensor would put the forthcoming foldable phone ahead of its rivals in mobile photography. Another source stated that the under-display camera, which debuted with the Galaxy Z Fold 3, will be upgraded from a 4-megapixel sensor to a 5-megapixel one. While this modification seems minor on paper, it has the potential to increase sharpness and detail by catching more light, addressing some of the concerns leveled at prior versions. For months, all we had was speculations and little information, but things changed dramatically when Android News obtained the first picture of the Z Fold Special Edition, which confirmed many of the device's suspected design modifications. The photograph highlights the phone's incredible thinness. According to prior estimates, the Special Edition will be just 4.9mm thick when unfolded, making it Samsung's smallest foldable phone and one of the thinnest on the market. While the Galaxy Z Fold 6 wowed with its slender shape, this latest edition goes a step further, shaving off a few millimeters for a more polished and streamlined look. Another notable feature in the leaked picture is the big camera housing. Unlike the Z Fold 6, which has a more rounded, pill-shaped camera island, the Special Edition's camera module seems rectangular and angular. This tiny design modification draws attention to the camera array, implying that Samsung is putting an even greater focus on the device's photographic skills. Rumors of a 200-megapixel main camera suddenly become more probable, since a bigger camera bump may be required to accommodate such a high-resolution sensor. If this is the fact, the Z Fold Special Edition represents a considerable advancement in camera technology, especially for a folding handset. Samsung has traditionally stressed camera performance in normal smartphones, but not so much with foldable devices. Integrating a 200-megapixel sensor would maintain them at the forefront of mobile photography in foldable phones. Furthermore, the leaked picture indicates that the hinge design stays concealed when the phone is unfurled, resulting in a sleek and seamless appearance. The device's chassis also seems boxy, with slightly rounded edges, similar to the Z Fold 6, indicating that Samsung has chosen a familiar design with just a few modifications to improve the user experience. Interestingly, the rear panel in the leaked picture has a brushed metal surface, distinguishing the Special Edition from its predecessor. While it's unclear if this panel is true metal or glass with a brushed texture, the aesthetic would give the phone a more premium and robust appearance. While the leaked picture provided some insight into the phone's appearance, many of the speculated features remain unverified. Based on the information we have, the Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition is expected to keep the fundamental features of the Z Fold 6, while improving performance, camera technology, and overall build quality. The phone is rumored to include an 8-inch main display and a 6.5-inch cover screen, which are both bigger than those on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. These somewhat bigger screens are anticipated to improve the user experience, making the Special Edition suitable for multitasking, video consumption, and gaming. Even though we haven't received any reports on hardware specifications, we can expect the gadget to feature top-tier specs, like as the newest Snapdragon CPU, enough RAM, and storage choices. It's unclear if Samsung will incorporate any other special software capabilities, but this model is expected to use the company's One UI interface to deliver a smooth and foldable, optimized experience. The device's availability remains questionable. Previous sources indicate that the Special Edition model may have a restricted distribution in places like South Korea and China, with a projected price tag of roughly $2.8 million won, or $2,100. For fans in the Western Hemisphere, this implies that the gadget will be more difficult to obtain, at least initially, but as with past Special Edition releases, there is always the prospect of a wider rollout if demand is great. Moving on, early sales figures for the newly released Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Z Flip 6 are in, and things aren't looking good for the South Korean conglomerate. According to Ice Universe, the Fold 6 sold just 270,000 copies internationally in its first 2 weeks. More data were posted on his Weibo account, including the Z Flip 6 selling 420,000 units in its first 14 days on the global market, bringing the total number of foldable phones sold to 690,000 globally. In comparison, their predecessors received a combined 1 million pre-orders in South Korea alone, and while some of those pre-orders may have been cancelled before the devices were shipped, it's clear that the Z Fold 6 and Z Flip 6 are far less popular than their predecessors. While other things may have contributed to the poor sales, the price increase surely had an impact. Both foldable phones cost $100 more than last year's model, so Samsung must exercise caution when pricing the future Special Edition model to avoid scaring away prospective purchasers. This conservative technique might be affected by manufacturing costs, perhaps raising the price over the present Fold's already high $1,900. So what are your thoughts on Samsung's forthcoming Fold Special Edition? Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments section below, then we'll see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Peace out.